Hello everyone, welcome back to Isadora. I hope you're all having a good week. Okay, so today we're gonna be I'm a bit tired, and this message is so not planned for. Unlike the other messages, at least I get it in my head, but like I said, I never really plan for the videos. I get the inspiration to do it like maybe a day before or something. Most of the time after this one I won't know what next to do. Like, is that bad? So I don't ever plan for it. I just get the inspiration and I think, okay, let me talk about it. So it's more of a discussion thing, so if it's a bit all over the place, please bear with me. And I'm talking really fast because I really need to relax. I'm a bit worried about this video. Okay, anyway, so before we get into it, kindly join me with just say a Lord's Prayer very quickly. So, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thou is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen. Anything I do say during this recording shall and not be used against me, and any negative energy sent at me during this recording shall be returned to sender sevenfold. Amen. I mean, Ashe. Alright, so guys, let's get into it. I hope you all had a good week, by the way. Okay, so I want to talk a bit slowly because but I'm a bit worried about the video, so bear with me a bit. Okay, so today we're talking about looking for love in all the wrong places, and I think this sparked from a discussion I was having with like a friend ish kind of person, and I said to her, like, I talked to all my exes, right? And she's like, well, does that mean, okay, because there's like a law that you can once been there can always go there? And I'm like, no, that's not it for me. I talk to all my exes, pretty much most of them anyway, because, you know, one thing I've come to realize, like I said, so this topic actually sparked from there. So yesterday I realized, okay, I'm going to talk about this. So one thing I realized is, even before I got to this point in my life, right, I've always really talked to all my exes, not because I can ever go back. I'm one of those people, I don't go back to exes. I don't like that. So once I decide in my head that somebody's an ex, it stays that way. But now one thing I've realized is they didn't offend me. I know it sounds crazy, but the truth is, hear me out. The problem is that what they all have in common is me. So they're really not the ones with the problem. I am. If that makes any sense. So because their exes, like, okay, yes, this person's bad, this person's a narcissist, this person's that, what they have in common, the common denominator, is me. Do you understand? So I realized that I had to check myself, if that makes any sense. So so in checking myself, so let's discuss this. Now the thing is, because I've always realized, like, okay, maybe I thought I knew what I wanted before now, but now in getting to know who I am, I've realized that I've always kind of like, I thought I knew what I wanted, but I didn't really know what I wanted. Do you understand? Anyway, so the real question is this: if you don't know who you are, how do you know what you want? If you don't know your destination, how do you plan your journey? That's the real question. Now let me break it down. Now I talk about spirituality and all that, not from a religious sense. No, I don't think I'm the most religious person. I don't even know if I'll last the journey to save my own life, but spirituality, yes, I'm all about that. Not spirituality, there's a difference. So first of all, before I keep on talking, I want to break it down. So let's look at the meaning of spirituality. I'm going to go to Wikipedia, right? So I googled it yesterday because I didn't want it to be like, okay, it was just my knowledge. So if you're looking at Wikipedia, spirituality can be defined generally as an individual's search for ultimate or sacred meaning and purpose in life. So basically, let me break that down. What that means is getting to know yourself. When you know yourself, you know what you're here to do, what you're here on planet Earth to do. You know what your calling is. When you know what your calling is, that's your destiny, that's your purpose in life, right? But first of all, you have to get to know yourself. And then to get to know yourself, you have to know where you're from. You have to know who your maker is, if that makes sense. I keep breaking everything down, so let me break this one too down. Okay, so imagine, you know those kids, like they call like kids that are referred to as maybe bastards or whatever, like they don't know their fathers, they only know their mothers, right? So like You know, after, let's say, okay, they don't know their fathers. So let's say the mother has done everything for them. Do you understand? Sent them to school, given them the best love, the best care. Have you noticed that more often than not, when these kids grow up, they tend to like turn to the mother and say, oh, I want to know who my father is. Do you understand? And the mother gets like really, really upset. Like, after everything I've done for you, what do you mean you want to know where your father is? Da, 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 da. I've given you everything. But the truth is that those kind of children kind of feel lost because they don't really know who they are. There's something missing. That's why it's not like they want to get to know their father because they want to forsake their mothers. No, they appreciate what the mother has done, but they need to get to know who their father is. So it helps them to understand who they are in totality, if that makes any sense. Okay, so as parents, you know, parents, they give birth to you, and they have to take care of the children till a certain age, and then the children have to become independent, right? Especially most of the time in the Western world, once kids are like 18, it's almost kind of like frowned upon if you're still living with your parents, right? Like, if you're 18, you need to get a job, move out, get a place, or whatever it is, because you're like, okay, you're supposed to be independent, so to speak. So there's a saying in my local dialect that says, if they give birth to you, you need to rebirth yourself, you need to re-educate yourself, so to speak. Do you understand? So parents have a responsibility to a certain age, and then when we get to a certain age, it is our responsibility to become independent, right? And in the process of becoming independent, if you don't rebirth yourself, if you don't re-educate yourself, you will be lost. Do you understand? In religion, I think it's called being born again. And you know, okay, this is like really deep, and I don't want to really go into it, because you kind of have to get to know who your father is, who your maker is, to know exactly who you are, if that makes any sense. Do you understand? You have to outside of your earthly parents, your father and your mother, your birth parents, they have a responsibility to a certain age. After that, when you become independent, you need to still get to know your ethereal parent. Do you understand? Which is God, your maker, right? To be able to know who you are. That's only if you want to walk in your purpose, only if you want to know your destination, right? So I've gone into all this story because obviously, if you don't know who you are, how do you know what you want in a relationship, in friendship, in whatever it is? Do you understand? You set out in the morning, but you don't have a destination. So obviously you can't plan your journey, which means you end up in the wrong place with the wrong people in the wrong relationship, if that makes any sense. You know, I'm just making an example, right? So you end up with the wrong things. That's why it's so imperative that you actually know who you are. So for instance, like, take a young girl, a typical young girl, for instance. She's just graduated, and because if you don't know, if you're not in total oneness with yourself, if you don't know who you are, then you leave the society to determine what you're entitled to, if that makes any sense. Do you understand? If you don't know what you want, then the society determines what they feel you're entitled to. So take a young girl, for instance, like she's just graduated school or whatever it is, and obviously, first of all, before she's even graduated her university, her parents are already saying, okay, look at your mates, go and get married, go and get married, go and get married. So already the pressure is there. Do you understand? And then her typical role model, do you understand, is a genetically modified person of social media. Do you understand? So basically, what they do, what they're taught is just pump up your boobs, pump up your bum, and flash some cash. Do you understand? Which means obviously you need a rich man. You know, I know I'm not making a lot of sense. Let me break it down. I was having a conversation with a young lady. I mean, she was in her early 20s. This was a while back, right? And she was saying to me, she was talking to me about her boyfriend, and she was like, oh yeah, this da, I can't leave him, blah, blah, blah. But he was treating her like shit. Do you understand? But she said, oh, I can't leave him. And I was trying to say to her that, like, I don't understand. You can obviously find another relationship, but she didn't think she could. She was just going, oh, I can't leave him, something. Do you understand? Like, oh, blah, blah, blah. So what he does is, like, for instance, when he has, like, other women in his apartment, he would lock her out. Do you understand? And she felt like she had to be in this relationship. Okay, so I'm like, okay, so why do you have to? Oh, because he's really wealthy, he's doing very well for himself, he has a very good job. So I asked her, so what's the good job? Thinking I was expecting to hear something absolutely amazing. So like, okay, so what's the good job? And I mean, in my part of the world, it's called Yahoo, right? It's like internet fraudster. But because it's so rampant, somewhere her mentality actually, for her, it was okay. And she was like, oh, he has a very good job. What does he do? Oh, he does. Do you understand? And I'm thinking, what? Do you understand? I mean, yes, I get that her own case is a bit extreme. But first of all, she's obviously lost. Do you understand? Obviously lost. Now, in a bid to run after the flash of cash, she's dating somebody that is like a fraudster or whatever it is. But because it's so rampant and it's so okay with young girls, do you understand? It's almost like, and she turned to me and she was saying to me, yes, he has a good job, and I'm like, okay, fine. So he has all the money and whatever, and he treats you like shit. Okay, can't you find somebody else? She's like, no. Rather than that, I would rather get pregnant. No destination. So obviously, how does she plan her journey? So she gets pregnant. I mean, this is somebody I've not spoken to since then. This was about maybe 2.5 years ago, right? So this is someone I've not spoken to since then. So she gets pregnant. They end up getting married. A man that has already, you know, shown you what he's going to do to you when you end up with him. I mean, already that journey is already messed up, if that makes any sense. Which is so important that you're in oneness with self. And to be in oneness with self, you have to know who your maker is. You have to know where you're from. I'm not talking about your earthly parents. Your earthly parents have a responsibility to a certain age. Then you have to become independent and rebirth yourself and know your ethereal parents, for you to know what your destiny is, for you to know what your journey is. I mean, for the longest time, right? Which is why I said I talk to my exes, because really and truly, I realized that they were never the problems. It was me. I didn't know where I was going in life. I didn't know what my true destination was. I thought I did. I mean, I ran a business and everything, and I thought that was my purpose in life. But getting to know myself, I've realized that it's a hobby. It's not even my purpose. It's not even my destiny. It's a hobby. What I do for work is a hobby. Do you understand? Cooking, being a chef, it's a hobby. It's not my destiny. It's not my purpose. Do you understand? So getting to know myself, I know what my purpose is. Now, knowing who I am and knowing what my purpose is, I know that I can't end up with just anybody. Do you understand? I know that. Okay, for instance, let me not even go to the extreme. Let me talk about maybe somebody that has a calling to be a surgeon or whatever, and then you're married to somebody that does not understand what that entails, the hours, the pressure it entails. So you're gone for, like, as a doctor or a surgeon or whatever, you're gone for, you get calls in the middle of the night. You're gone for days sometimes, and then you're married to a partner that does not even understand that. So first of all, they're hitting you with cheating. So you're under pressure at work. You have to concentrate at work completely, because being a surgeon, obviously you can't afford to make mistakes, right? So you have to be 100% at work. Then even when you get home, you're still getting the same flack. Do you understand? So, and then these people come out and say, oh, marriage is not working, marriage is horrible. Marriage is not horrible. You did not wait to choose your partner of purpose. You did not wait to choose your destiny partner. You did not wait to choose because you let society determine for you what they feel you're entitled to. Typical mother and daughter, before she leaves school, the mother is already pressuring her, get married, look at all your mates, get married, go on, do you understand what I'm saying? End up, you need to get married. So already there's the pressure. Then the role model, do you understand? What they can use as a yardstick is what they see off social media. It's all false. Do you understand? It's all flash of cash and oh, do you understand? So then you end up with, they feel, okay, the right ideal partner would be tall, dark, and handsome and rich. Do you understand? And then you end up with that sort of person. Do you get what I'm saying? When the marriage is going bad, guess what? She goes back to her mother to say, oh, this is going wrong in the marriage, this is going wrong, and the mother says, you have to stay there. Don't embarrass me. Don't let people, do you understand? Don't let society say. Do you understand? So a lot of people now end up looking for love in all the wrong places, in places where you have no business being. For instance, let me use myself as an example. Why I said I talk to my exes, because like I said, it's me. Do you understand? And why did I come to that conclusion? Okay, so I've always thought I like certain things, right? My typical, okay, some of the things I would like for me, I'm not about the pretty boy kind of thing. Do you understand? I'm not about the pretty boy. The things that make, obviously I'm not, it's not like I'll go for someone that is ugly or whatever, but that's not really the point. I've always been more attracted to people that are very confident, not arrogant. I can't stand arrogant. I think arrogance is weakness. That my own thoughts, please. I think it's weakness. People that are arrogant and want to ride everybody and want to, do you understand? Do you understand? It's not my thing. I like people that exude quiet confidence. Like, they have the atmosphere they bring into a room. Do you understand? They have this quiet power. It's natural power. Do you understand? When you're naturally confident, do you understand? You exude some sort of, it's a natural power. It's not that you're trying to have that power by force or take that power by force or ride any other person. No, you just have that natural power about you. I've always been very attracted to that, and I think it makes a man look good. Do you understand? Men that are arrogant, men that want to ride everybody, it's never really been my thing. It's never really been my thing. I think it's a form of weakness. Do you understand? It's people that have certain type of self-esteem that feel they have to ride people. Do you understand? So I like that. Do you get? I like, and I think it makes a man look good. Like, some people are into pretty boys, right? I'm not into pretty boys per se. For me, what would make a man look good is that quiet confidence, is that power the man exudes, and it comes naturally. Do you understand? A man that respects himself, respect begets respect, right? Do you understand? I can't be with someone I don't respect. I can't, and I tend to lose respect quite easily. So it's got to be somebody that respects himself. Do you understand? I'll be forced to respect that person. It's just the way it works. Then I've never really been into like a player. It's not my thing. Do you understand? I don't like players. Like, for a lot of women, so even before now, these are the things I knew I've always liked. I've never really been into the pretty boy. Now, what makes a man look good to me is the quiet, the power they exude. Do you understand? Not people that try to take that power by force, but people that have that natural power, that natural confidence about themselves. Then I've never really been into players. Like, a lot of women like players because they feel like when a player finally settles down with you, so you're the woman that he's chosen over other women. Do you understand? And it builds their self-esteem. For me, it's the other way around. It kills my self-esteem. If I end up with a player, my self-esteem is gone. Because really and truly, I don't want to be the pearl on another person's string. You're just the strawberry for the month. You're just the monthly flavor. Do you understand? That's how I say it. Do you understand? Like, if you end up with a player and the player chooses you, you're just the strawberry. You're just the flavor of the month. Do you understand? I don't see it as anything special. I tend to like, I feel like it takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of self-control for a man to be like a monogamous kind of person, a one-woman man. Now, I've always liked those kind of guys. Now, reason why I said I'm the one at fault. Now, the thing is, because I like that, but what I end up doing is, I probably would end up with a man that is committed elsewhere. Committed is not always necessarily to another woman. Sometimes committed can be committed to money, committed to their job. There's always a third party. Do you understand? Like, it doesn't always have to be another woman. Committed, which means he's not 100% in that relationship, but somehow I expect him to be 100% to me. It doesn't work like that. I expect him to be committed to me. So this is me in the relationship, kicking and screaming and everything, and saying, oh, everything that is going wrong. But the truth is, I know what I liked, but I'm not patient enough to look for somebody that fits that role. So I tend to listen to, like, for instance, like a serial killer tells you, oh yeah, I'm a serial killer, but I have my reasons for killing. Bottom line is that you're a serial killer. Somebody that is committed to maybe another person, or committed to their job, or committed to money, will tell you, oh yeah, you know, but yeah, I'm committed also, but I love you. And I listen to that. Do you understand? I end up in a relationship, and then they start to treat me badly, and I'm like, oh yeah, this person's a bad person. It doesn't work like that. Do you understand? If I'm not patient enough to find somebody that fits that role, Do you understand? To find somebody that fits that role and I'm expecting a miracle to happen, it doesn't work like that. That's why I said they're not the ones that have offended me. I'm the common denominator, because I keep kicking and screaming and complaining about everything that is wrong with the relationship that I chose. Do you understand? If I'm the sort of person, I'm the sort of person that, yeah, I like that, because I'm usually very attracted to something I don't have, if that makes any sense. So I'm not the most disciplined person. Like, now I'm trying, trust me. Now I'm really trying, because normally when I say to myself, okay, I'm not gonna take anything sugary, and once I'm having a good time, I forget. I forget. So which is why, again, I've part of the reasons why I don't really have much of a social life is because I'm cutting off a lot of things. But I know that when I'm in such a good mood, I'll forget, and I'll just, oh yeah, let's do it. So I'm not the most disciplined person, but I'm really doing well now. I mean, these are part of things I'm working on. So I've always kind of wanted a partner that is more of a disciplined person, that has self-control. Like, I'm not one to cheat in a relationship. I don't like that. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but it's not my thing. Do you understand? It's not my thing. So I'm attracted to that as well. Do you understand? Like I said, a lot of women like players. I'm not. Do you understand? It kills my self-esteem, because for me, it's just, I'm the flavor of the month. What, do you understand? But it takes, for a man that is really disciplined, that has a lot of self-control, I think is really, really super attractive to me. Do you understand? But now that I know who I am, and I would rather wait, I would rather be patient enough to find somebody that suits that role, as opposed to looking for love in the wrong places. Now, it doesn't even have to be a relationship. Even with friendship, if you don't know who you are, you end up with the wrong friends. I was saying to like a friend of mine just a few days ago, you know, she's not a close friend, she's just a friend from afar. The kind of friend she has, I mean, she's doing really well in her business. Like, she's into like property and stuff, doing really well, and she's surrounded by friends that they throw businesses at each other. Do you understand? When one person is struggling, the others pull that person up. And I said to her, you have got it right in friendship. You're really in your circle. Now, when your journey is wrong and you're in the wrong relationship, those are the things that bring about envy, jealousy, that you want to destroy the other person, you want to talk about the other person, you want to do something bad to the other person because you're jealous of them, because you're envious of them. No, if your life is going right, if you're working in your purpose, if you're in the right relationships, if you won't have enough time to be so jealous of the next person. Do you understand? I'm using that lady as an example. I can't be jealous of her, because even if I had those people as friends, I would still have the wrong friends. The fact that they are the right friends for her is because of her purpose, of her journey. She's in the right circle. If I were to be I can't be jealous of that, because if I were to be in that circle, it would still be the wrong circle for me. Do you understand? Everybody has their journey. Do you get what I'm saying? So I said to her, because the truth is, those are her true friends. If you don't know, like I said, if you don't know where you're going, you end up in the wrong places, end up with the wrong friendships. You understand? You end up with people that you're rubbing off your, okay, so I'm doing well, this person is not doing well, then oh my god, I'm doing so well, I'm not trying to help that person, I'm trying to rub my success in their face. Those are the wrong people, those are the wrong friends. Do you understand? Which is why it, like I said, is so imperative. If you don't know who you are, how do you know where you're going? Because think about it, your network is your net worth. So if you're with the wrong friends, your network cannot grow. That's the bottom line. So it's not even just about ending up in wrong relationships or wrong marriages. You understand? Your network is your net worth. If you're with the right circle, you will grow, because they won't give you fish, they will teach you how to fish, if that makes any sense. Do you understand? So I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm just trying to emphasize on how important it is to find spirituality, to find oneness with self, to have a relationship with your maker, because you can never really know where you're going if you don't know who you are, or you don't, like, think about it. You go into a restaurant, right, like a fast food restaurant, especially those ones that they display all sorts of food, right, and you're going there to buy maybe a filet mignon. Do you understand? So when you get there and they don't have filet mignon, if you're hungry, you end up eating whatever. Do you understand? Okay, let's not even talk about family. Let's just talk about rice and chicken. So you're going there, you want to buy rice and chicken, but you get there and you see, oh, potatoes, and you see this, and you see that, and you see that. You end up, oh, give me this, give me this. If you're hungry, you end up eating anything. If you're filled up, like if you're in oneness with yourself, if you know your purpose, you're not hungry. You know who you are, you know where you're going. So you know that not everybody can fit into your life pattern. Not everybody can be on that journey with you. Do you understand? Not everybody. You can't be with in every relationship. You can. Right now, I won't dress up and say I'm going out, so maybe I'm just going to meet a man. I can't do that, because I know the sort of man that will fit my life purpose right now is not somebody. Yeah, I can meet him anywhere, but he's somebody that my maker, my God would have to send to me. Do you understand? Because of the sort of life purpose I have, I can't be with anybody. Do you understand? Because I understand what, I'm not saying my life purpose is special, I'm just saying because I understand what my life purpose is. Do you understand? I understand that the person that would understand that, the person that would be in line with that, will be somebody that fits that sort of life purpose. So he's not somebody I will meet just anywhere. I'm not saying I can't meet him in a club, I can meet him anywhere, but he's not. I can't just go out saying, oh, I just want to meet a man. I have to understand that the sort of man that will fit that life purpose is a certain kind of man. Even in friendships, the kind of friends that can be on that journey are people that have certain kind of understanding, if that makes any sense. So anyway, I don't want this to be too long, but I think it's already long enough already. So that was my bottom line. I think I was just trying to emphasize on the fact that we all have to go back to find spirituality. It's important, it's imperative. I'm not talking about being religious, I'm not talking about doing spiritual things. I'm saying finding oneness with self is very important, so that, I mean, at the end of the day, in the long run, it saves off a world of abuse, a world of pain, because a lot of people now just mask their pain. Oh, you're going through hell in your marriage, just use makeup and wear pretty clothes and nobody knows, and just, you know, dance and twerk and whatnot and whatnot. Do you understand? And be a clone and follow society. If you don't know what you want, society will determine it for you. So anyway, I do love you all. I know I'm rushing through this because I have to go out and I've been here since. Anyway, I love you all. Have a blessed week. Have a beautiful week. I hope the message makes sense. Like I said, it's all in my head. I just get inspiration and I turn on my camera and I talk about it. So I love you all. Have a beautiful week. Namaste. Peace. Mwah.